Hi, my name is Sarah Whitlock, and I'm a loan officer over at Bank of Albuquerque. I've been helping buyers in New Mexico since 2001, and recently I started talking to some local agents because what I'm seeing is buyers are having a really hard time competing in the current market that we're in. We're in what I would call a seller's market, where the inventory has gotten so low that the seller has a competitive advantage, and they're receiving, some cases, multiple offers on their property as soon as it goes on the market. And so my buyers are getting frustrated because they're making offers that aren't getting accepted. So I talked to some local experts to come up with maybe some ideas that buyers can use when they find one of these properties so that they can set themselves apart from their competition and get that house under contract. So I wanted to share that with you guys today, and I've put together a great summary that I would love to share with you. All you have to do is comment here and reach out to me, and I'd be happy to send it over. But just to kind of do a high level of the things that I put together. So, as a buyer, I think this is a really great tip right here. Don't be the buyer who wants to wait until the weekend to view a home when you're in a seller's market. Each time that you go out and look at properties with your agent, you need to be prepared that you may fall in love with the house, and you need to be ready to make an offer right there on the spot. A lot of buyers will want to go home and sleep on it, or they just think that a house that went on the property or went on MLS, on a Wednesday is going to be there on Saturday. And in many cases, that is not the case. You have to jump and act really fast, and changing that mentality as a buyer is really important to put yourself in that competitive position. Getting pre-qualified. I'm a big believer in that. Coming from the mortgage side of things, I have a lot of customers that will call and tell me, I just saw a house and I need to get pre-qualified right now. I don't really think that's a great position to put yourself in, because you need to know everything in advance, especially if you have any hiccups that could prevent you from qualifying, or maybe there's some things that you can do that are pretty easy fixes, that if you do those in advance, you'll be ready to go once you find that house, and it's going to be a much less stressful process for you. So I think that this, is a huge one, is getting yourself pre-qualified. Talk to a mortgage expert and know what you can do and what all of that looks like. The next thing is write your best offer. So, in a seller's market, you can't always hope that you can kind of dip your toe in the water, as I like to say, and see how the seller responds. You really need to make sure that you're communicating with your realtor and that you are coming up with your very best offer that you're willing to give. And again, the sheet that I created that I'd be happy to give to you if you reach out to me kind of goes over the specifics that you should be talking to your realtor about, so you can get their advice, because they're the experts in this market and you really have to trust that advice that they give you. The next item here is, keep an open mind. It's really unlikely that you're going to find a house that meets all of your criteria. So be willing to be a little bit flexible. And if you walk into a house and immediately feel like this isn't the right one for you in a seller's market, you really want to take a step back. Listen to what your agent's opinion is, and maybe it's just a few things that you could change, upgrade after you move into the house that could really make this house work for you. So, I think in this market, if you're really wanting to purchase, you can't expect something that's a 10 out of 10. So I think that's a really good suggestion. I have some other ones that I'm not going to share with you on this video, because I think they're kind of, as I have on my little sheet that I'm giving out to people, it's kind of top secret stuff that as a buyer, it can really give you a competitive advantage, and I'd really like to share that to you, but you got to reach out to me for me to release that info and to show you things that other buyers in Albuquerque, I guarantee, are not doing this when they are making an offer. And it can make a huge deal to a seller. If they're sitting there and they're looking at 3 different offers, it's going to make your offer stand out. So let's talk about that. I'd love to share it with you. The best thing that you can think of is, every house that gets an offer, somebody's got to win. So why can't that be you? By writing your very best, most competitive offer, by following some tips that I have in here, and working in partnership with your real estate agent. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. Comment, reach out to me. I'd love to help and get you into that house and help you win on that offer this summer. Thanks so much. I hope you have a great day.